Hey guys, this is Greg from the Flux Capacitor Arcade again. This time we're going to be talking about the latest machine I just finished. This one is Asteroids Deluxe. While I'm showing this off, I'll give a little bit of backstory on this particular machine. This one, I purchased this one a long time ago. Cabinet was trashed. Had water damage along the bottom. Was missing a lot of the back part of the panel. So, rather than trying to rescue a water-damaged and rotten cab, I had a new one made. There's a guy that does a really good job making new cabinets. He made a new cabinet for me. I picked up the new side art. This was printed directly from the Atari films. It's available from PhoenixArcade.com. They do great work, so if you need any arcade artwork, highly recommend PhoenixArcade.com. Two very enthusiastic thumbs up. So you can see I applied the artwork to this brand new cabinet. It went on pretty well, really. I ended up with a couple of minor little nits. Not going to show those. Very minor. I think it looks really nice. Again, brand new cabinet. One thing that he didn't do, and I'm going to fix this, on the original cabinet, this top piece was painted black. I'm not going to spray it. I'll probably just roll it. Just be real careful. And get that black. So haven't done that yet. But the benefit of a new cabinet is that everything, the lines are nice and neat, and everything's really nice and clean, obviously. So there are some original pieces on here, and I'll point out what was done. I did rescue as many components as possible from the damaged cab. So these Marquis retention brackets, the upper and lower, are both original. They've been stripped, sanded, repainted. This is a new old stock Marquis. Again, I got this from arcadefixit.com. He has a lot of parts, so again, that's a great place to get a lot of your parts that you might need to restore your games. So Marquis came from there. This monitor bezel is an original, cleaned up real nice. The control panel I'm pretty happy with. This is a reproduction control panel overlay. The only thing I don't like about the way this control panel turned out is this control panel, and you might be able to see it in the video, it's got a bit of a warp to it, and it's metal. So I don't know, in its previous life this may have been, you know, abused a bit. I will be on the lookout for a metal one that has no warp to it, so I can apply a new overlay to that and just basically take all of these components off and put it on the new one. But, you know, new buttons, all the original wiring underneath. These are new buttons. The ones that were there on the old control panel didn't light up. They were stuck as well. So went with new buttons. Again, these buttons came from, and the cones came from arcadefixit.com. So got those, totally redid the coin door. Again, stripped this and repainted this. I think it turned out very well. It looks great. This, I think on the original Asteroids Deluxe, they may have had one that said like one coin, one play or something like that. I've got some of those. I thought I would go with just the plain Atari on this one. Thought that would look pretty cool, so I put that on there. Let's go around again. You know, the side art went on really well. Looks great. But let's take a look at the inside of this thing. Alright. I put new locks on it and see if I can get the right. I might not have the right one here. Alright. Try the other one. I'll eventually get it. There we go. Pull that door off. Set that door out of the way over here. Alright. Now, talk about what we did on the inside of this. Alright. First thing we're going to take a look at is the main Atari power block. Now, on these Atari power blocks, there's a lot of things that I typically do to them. I put a brand new big blue cap in it. This one's not blue, it's black, but they call it the big blue. Put a new one of those in there. I did put a new bridge rectifier on it. Checked all the fuses. It's got this nice little fuse cover. Cleaned it all up real well too. This fuse cover comes off this way, and you got all the fuses in there. So, checked the voltages coming off this thing. They were nice and steady, so I didn't think, after replacing the cap and replacing the bridge rectifier, I was real happy with the way the power block came out. It's putting out the right amount of voltage going to the Atari AR. Now, the AR that was in there was having some issues. Got a guy local that has a really nice test rig for testing the Atari ARs as well as the boards. So I was having an issue with the AR and an issue with the board itself. Went there and he fixed those for me. Fixed the AR because I don't have the test capability for this one or for this one. So, but he does. So he helped me out and got those, got the main board working. The wiring harness is the original wiring harness. It was unhacked, so I was more than happy to reuse it. Power cord's the original as well. It's in good shape, so I didn't see any need in replacing it. It didn't have hacked. A lot of the times people hack off the ends of these things with this ground plug. This one still had it and is working well, so we kept that. Down here is where the switch is. The switch, cleaned that up and made sure that that was functional. And then you've got your interlock here, and then you've got an interlock right over there next to the coin door. So kind of a few little things about a brand new cabinet is when you've got a brand new cabinet, you're going to have to drill a lot of holes when you're putting in these things, because Atari had pre-drilled the holes, so this brand new cabinet I had to go in and drill everything. A couple of other tips when you're doing it. I don't drill and put in places for where the wiring harness is going to be kept. I use these little adhesive backed tie mounts and kind of go with those. The monitor, it's got a little bit of burn on it, but with Asteroids Deluxe, the way the monitor works on these is it actually has, there's a mirror piece right here, and it kind of bounces off of that and gives you that 3D floating effect. So the burn isn't as big of an issue on this. And again, I got a guy local that does a really good job rebuilding the vector monitors. So, and I don't have a lot of experience with the black and white vector monitors, so he went through that and checked it all out and said it was producing a really fantastic picture, and it does. So it's doing a really nice job. There, Asteroids Deluxe has these two cardboard, you can't really see them very well, but there's one right here, and there's another one that lays underneath, cardboard inserts. And it kind of gives the effect when you're playing the game of floating in 3D space. And these things are always boogered up. I kind of repaired the back of this one so it's at least standing up a little straighter. And as soon as the reproductions for these are going to be ready, and again, Phoenix Arcade's doing those, when he's got those ready to go, I will be getting one of those and putting it in here, as long as it's the dead-on replica of the original. I don't have a problem with using the replicas if they are direct replacements and look just as nice. So this one actually has, and again, you're not going to be able to see it, but I'll just talk about it. It has, back inside of here, tucked back up on the back side is a black light. And when you turn the machine on, which I'll do in here in a second, it gives that black light floating effect. And kind of, it does a really cool effect on the game. So I think we're ready for that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. I'm not going to bother putting the back door on. We'll just make sure that this interlock is in the out position, so we're ready to go. Plug that in. Okay, and you see your red light came on. Now let's come around to the front. And now if you look inside the game, I'm going to kind of stand off to the side of it at an angle here. It's kind of looking inside the cabinet. Kind of see it glowing a little bit, and kind of gives a, looks like the game is kind of suspended in space on top of this cardboard cutout that's in the back. And that's one of the really cool things about Asteroids Deluxe, is with that glass mirror in there, it just kind of projects that up into space really, and kind of gives you the effect of seeing that. So I just did a couple of test games on it. Not very good scores obviously, but a couple of test games to make sure everything's working. Got it on free play, and I think that the picture is fantastic. And really happy with the way this one turned out, other than a couple of the minor little nits, like I said, with the control panel having a little bend in it. We'll see what we can do about fixing that. And I think if I can get the new cardboard inserts, I'll be happy. All the lights are working, everything looks good, and maybe the light will adjust to where you can see how cool that Marquis looks. Asteroids Deluxe was the follow-on to Asteroids, obviously. Cabinets, you know, kind of got a slightly different shape from a lot of the other Atari cabinets. It's different from, let's take a look at our color vector friends over here, Space Duel, Gravatar, which have this same cabinet, and you can see them sitting side by side. It's the exact same cabinet. Black Widow is going to be coming in very shortly. I'm going to start working on that one next, and it's the same cabinet as these two. But Asteroids Deluxe was this different cabinet in its design, kind of clipped forward a little bit at the top, made it kind of a different design. And when you see these out and people have converted them, it's pretty obvious that it's an Asteroids Deluxe. There aren't too many of them that you'll see that look like this. So that's Asteroids Deluxe. Real happy with the way this one turned out. I think she's going to be a keeper, and we'll be playing this one a lot, I'm sure. So, well, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Flux Capacitor Arcade channel. I will be showing more videos. I've got some videos that I'm going to be doing soon. The next restorations are going to be Food Fight, Black Widow. I'm going to try to do a little bit more documentation of those as they're being restored. Asteroids Deluxe happened over the holidays. I was kind of a little preoccupied with the whole holidays and family being in town and everything, so I was just wanting to get it done. I didn't get it done in time for New Year's Eve, but here it is right after the first of the year, and it's done and ready to go. I think what I'm going to do for its position in the arcade, I think I'm going to pull these two this way, away from the wall, and I'll stick Asteroids Deluxe back in that corner because it's got that different cabinet, and then set these two off to the side of it. That's going to be the plan anyway. So, alrighty, thanks everybody, and happy 2015. Alright.